Gentlemen, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. Today we're having a look at the TideWe Vis360 see-through hunting blind. TideWe sent this blind over to the channel with the only instructions being, tell us what you think about it, which is very brave because I made it clear that if it's a bad product, I'm going to say that it's a bad product. So let's go ahead and get this set up in the field and see what we think about it. So you'll see these little grab handles right here on the side. If you can stabilize the blind and pull these out, they'll pop like so and take shape of the walls. And then you just go around every side. It should take shape of the blind. 2, 3, wall number 4 on the back here, like so. All right, now that we're set up, here's what the blind looks like from the outside. I actually kind of like the camo pattern shown on the outside. It's nice and sort of universal for pretty much any kind of hunting, whether you throw this up on a field edge or in hardwoods like we're in today. It's going to blend in pretty darn good from the outside, but you'll notice from the outside you cannot see into the blind, but this one's got a little something different going for it, which is when you sit inside of it, you can see everything around you 360 degrees. Let's have a look at that effect. Come down here on the ground, pull the zipper up around the corner, pop it past there and unzip it. But this is where it's got a massive improvement over a standard blind where you kind of unzip a little hole in the side and then climb through. This whole back wall opens out just like this, and you'll notice you can kind of see through that on this back wall here. If you're coming in to hunt with, maybe you have kids you want to take hunting, maybe you're hunting with your significant other, your boys, your cameraman, whoever you happen to be going out in the woods with, this door lets you kind of move in with all your gear a lot easier than like a little hole in the side of the tent. That's the most impressive feature so far. Let's step inside and see if we notice anything different about this blind that normally wouldn't be there. Okay, so here we are inside the blind, and you'll notice you can see right through here. This is the front window, and this little toggle up top here holds this window closed, so you're not gonna have windows falling open on you. But you'll notice you can see straight through this to the woods outside. But if I shift focus here, you should be able to see the mesh. And as your eyes focus to things outside of the blind, you can see out into the world. Undo this toggle, and over here on the window, we have a different system other than loud zippers to actually get these windows open. They're sliders on this little bar, and they are very quiet, which I appreciate quite a lot. And then that opens up the front window. So right here you could slip, a rifle barrel or shoot with an arrow through there if you had to, and you can still see right through, no problem. So that's the pretty cool technology going into the Vis360 and where it kind of gets its name. Why does the see-through blind really matter all that much? Couldn't you just sit there with all your windows open in a standard blind? Absolutely yes. You can definitely still kill deer out of a standard blind. This is not going to make it so that old blind designs don't work anymore, but the main way that I see people screwing up their hunts in a ground blind setup happens when the deer enters your line of sight already through a window, and now you have adjustments to make to either get your gun up or get your bow up or do whatever you have to do to make a shot happen. For me, it's probably adjusting my camera. In this blind, I wouldn't even open the window until I had an animal nearby because those slides are nice and quiet, and I can make a plan for how I'm going to open those windows to get my shot off on that animal. Now, aside from the stakes and guy lines to secure this thing, they also include some blaze orange panels to put across the corners of this blind. So if you're hunting maybe public land during gun season, or realistically any land during gun season, you can set this up with blaze orange so that people know that you're there and won't be shooting towards you, which is always a good thing. As far as dimensions go, the floor plan is 58 inches by 58 inches. So as far as 2 people hunting in this, I don't see it being a problem. 3 would probably be a crowd, and it's a 66-inch floor to top. So personally, I can't stand up straight in it. Maybe somebody of smaller stature could, but you can definitely at least stretch out and stretch your back out or whatever you have to do if you're sitting in this blind for many hours on end. Now, the only problem with the see-through design is as soon as you open up this front window, which I'll do for example real quick, as soon as I open up that window, you notice not only can you see into the blind, but you can see all the way through that back wall. So the issue with that is if you have a person inside that is moving their head back and forth, I'll get in and demonstrate just to show this off to you. against an open background, as if there was no blind there, you're going to catch that movement a lot easier from that person than you would if that back wall was blacked out. Now honestly, that's a pretty significant issue because the deer are going to be close by when that window's open, hypothetically. So TideWe went ahead and included a piece of material for the back wall that can be blacked out if you want to run the ninja look like I did today inside your blind, or camouflage if you still want to wear your camos inside your blind. This only works out if you know what wall is going to be your back wall, and say this is the front where I expect deer to be cruising. I would black out or camo out the back wall depending on what I was wearing, because now I just need to blend with that back wall. Hopefully what I'm saying makes at least a little bit of sense. But I'll roll in footage of me moving inside the blind against the fully lit background versus the blacked out background versus the camoed out background right now, so you guys can get the comparison. Now, even though this blind is camouflage, it's still kind of an irregular shape, right? There's some hard 90-degree angles in it. So this is a design I would want to brush in somehow. And some blinds have like the little loops on the outside to stuff branches into to brush in that blind. This one doesn't have that. So you have to get a little more creative with your blind placement. So the customizability of it is a little bit less than some other blinds on the market, but that's really a nitpick. And I kind of have to nitpick to find anything I don't like about the blind, because overall, I really do like the blind. Now, as far as the materials used to make this, are they gonna get sun bleached? Are they gonna hold up? Are they gonna rip, tear, get holes in them, damage from the weather? I don't know yet. I don't have the time on this blind to be able to tell you. This is more like a first impressions overview than anything else. So overall, if you like the blind, feel free to check it out on TideWe's website. There is a link and a discount code down in the description below. But again, TideWe gave me no money and did not tell me I had to say nice things about this product. This is an honest and unbiased review, but if you like what I've shown you here today, feel free to check out the product right down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you have further follow-up questions, leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.